Hey, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. Welcome to 2022, or it's been 2022, but the weekly track roundups are back. Weekly track roundups took a bit of a hiatus, throughout the end of last year, the start of this year, but now they're back, and I have a bunch of tracks for you that I would like to quickly go over, whether I love them, hate them, or feel somewhere in between. They're all linked down below, along with our Turntable Lab link. We get kickback from it if you get some vinyl or something else over there on their site. Our Patreon page, if you want to get access access to some cool bonus monthly content and support the channel in the process, obviously. Why wouldn't you? And also shout out to our continued sponsor, G Fuel, still rocking with that hydration formula. Pick up a canister of your own today and use promo code NEEDLEDROP for a percentage off your order. Link down below. That's all you got to know. Cool. All right, worst tracks of the week. We have a couple. We have a few. First off, we have Oliver Tree. Cowboys Don't Cry. Oliver has made much better music than this before. This track just sounds like a bad country-fied Britpop track for the most part. Like, songwriting's mediocre, vocals are annoying, instrumental is generic as hell. It's just really not it. Moving on from there, Muse, Won't Stand Down, essentially sounding like an even worse Imagine Dragons on this track, if you can believe it or not. It's a swing and a miss. We have this new one from The Game and Kanye, which I found personally to be kind of cringe, despite the killer game verse and despite the instrumental being so good. I just felt Kanye's verse was cringe, was phoned in, was really unflattering, frankly beneath him, and a temper tantrum in the worst way, really like a hissy fit, if you could frame it that way. I have a full review of this track over on the Fantano channel. You can check that out there if you want more thoughts from me on that, but that's essentially what it boils down to for me. And we have Avril Lavigne with a Black Bear on this new track, who is absolutely awful on the song, by the way. But with blends of trap and pop punk really being popular right now, what artist coming back in 2022 makes more sense than Avril Lavigne? I can't think of not a single one. And this track over here, it does have a fun chorus, but pretty much everything else about it is utterly obnoxious. Take that as you will if you love it. But yeah, it's not quite for me, I guess. All right, let's keep it moving to the tracks that I'm not crazy about them myself, but you might enjoy them more than me. They are as follows. New one from Spoon. Wild sounds a little bit like a really epic Stones anthem. Not too bad. A new record from them on the way. Got a new one from Pavement. I guess via Matador Records, they're going to be releasing a scrapped series of like recordings and sessions at a Sonic Youth studio back in the day. This song over here, Be the Hook, it does, sound like the band is in a raw and youthful state, and that's pretty good, but it's not much of a song, in my opinion. But for sure, this upcoming project is going to be cool to listen to, going to be cool to hear for the hardcore Pavement heads out there, the essentialists who, really want to hear some behind the scenes, some undercover stuff. We have Marissa Nadler, who is following up her brand new LP with a little EP. This one over here is an Alessi Brothers cover, Seabird. It's got some sweet chords on it, a peppy little drum machine beat. Not as enveloping or as enchanting as her stuff that I have come to love over the years so much, but it is a cool, neat little change of pace for her stylistically. We have Johan Lenox and Rumor teaming up on No One Gets Me. It's a moody little cut. I think Rumor's vocals are quite good. Some of the verse vocals from Lenox are a little maybe underwhelming. If you're into the very sad kind of downtrodden Joji vibe, I think you'll get into this track quite a bit. It's got some great stuff on it for sure. And Lenox's production, I do always tend to enjoy when he's working with other artists, and I know he's got a project on the way, so keeping a lookout for that. We have Joey Badass, The Revenge. I know Joey has put out tracks before that have a bit more of a pop appeal. This also goes in that direction, but he's come out with much better tracks like this, because this song really lacks some strong verse flows, some memorable lines, a strong hook. It's a little bland for Joey, if I'm being honest. We have one from Jack White over here, which is Love is Selfish. It's an acoustic track, a ballad. Vocally and I'll say topically as well, feels like a bit of a throwback to the early days of the White Stripes, but I think Jack really half-baked it on the instrumental side of this thing. The acoustic instrumental really doesn't have that much going for it. The guitar finger-picking, I think, is pretty underwhelming. The percussion isn't really there. It really needs a stronger instrumental backbone, honestly. And not to say it didn't need to be acoustic or that it shouldn't have been acoustic. I think he's made much better acoustic cuts in the past for sure. We have a new one from Fontaines, DC, Jackie Down the Line. It's driving. It's got a classic post-punk feel. Doesn't stand out too much in the wider picture of the genre for me, but still not a bad one from them. I know there's a lot of hardcore fans out there of the band, and they have a new record on the way this year, so that's certainly something to look forward to. We have a Destroyer, who is back with this song, Tintoretto, It's For You. I'm a little on the fence with this one, but I will say I heavily admire it for being as wild and out there as it is. I thought Dan Behar's music would continue to follow this mellow path that it has as of late, but he's really kicking and screaming on this new track over here. So I don't know if other songs seem to follow suit. That will make this a really interesting album that he's got coming up for sure. Best tracks of the week, they are as follows. We have quite a few of those, a lot of bops over the past couple of weeks because this weekly track roundup not only covers this week, but last week as well, because quite a few songs dropped then. We have Vane FM. The riffs on this one are savage, definitely with some futuristic metalcore on this one. Liking it a lot. It's hitting hard. It's going crazy. We have a Tangerine Dream. Believe it or not, who have a new record coming out, which I guess is like based in part off of unreleased compositions and stuff that Edgar had under wraps, and like the remaining band members are kind of like, working somewhat off of those. So, look, legendary progressive electronic group, even if it's not the original band lineup or anything. I will say that this song over here that they have released from the forthcoming record is quite good and really does kind of capture that classic Tangerine Dream sound. You're Always on Time is the name of the track, and it's just a beautiful little synth heavy piece. So give it a listen. All right, we have Spiritualized. Crazy is the title of this one. It's sweet, it's beautiful, sounds like a lullaby. Spiritualized seem to really be in this kind of sleepy ballad sort of state at the moment. Not quite as heavy as some of my favorite stuff they've put out over the years, but cool to hear that the band is readying things for another batch of tracks, because I thought their last record was going to be their final one, but hey, I would love to hear another. We have The Smile, which is a new project involving Tom York, of course, who you hear sounding like he's a fucking 20-something on the vocals on this one. You Will Never Work in Television Again. It's driving, it's punky, it's exciting. It's really got a pulse to it, and it's kicking ass. I'm looking forward to whatever the hell The Smile is going to bring to the table. We have Shamir, who has come through with this new track, this new single over here, which has a lush rock instrumental. Shamir's croons are enchanting. I'm loving it. I think it's one of the best tracks that Shamir has dropped in a long time. I want to tell you guys, Reproductive is the title, and just, look out for more drops from Shamir throughout 2022, I'm guessing. All right, we have a new one from Parquet Courts as well, a B-side, Watching Strangers Smile, a bit of a Velvet Underground-esque kind of instrumental here, and it's a good one. I think it's actually a cut above or so of quite a few songs from their latest full-length LP. So, just as a B-side, I think it's a really good track, frankly. We have a Mitski. First track I think I'm really enamored with for this new album cycle, and the second one I thought had a really strong. The second one that I thought has a very strong 80s vibe to it. Love Me More is the title of it. I really have no idea what kind of direction she's going to be taking on this record based on the songs that have been released so far. But this one's super catchy, and again, it's got that kind of throwback classic 80s sheen, lots of synths, strong pop hook. It's not too bad. All right, we have Surround Sound, new one from Jid with 21 Savage and Baby Tate, who really should have had a bigger part on the track, frankly. But, with that being said, love the Miss Fat Booty callback on the sample. The production is great. 21 Savage feature, fantastic. Jid on the front end kills it. On the back end, has some really awesome, inflection and flow changes. And love the beat switch as well on the track, too. Really a killer track. And, 2022 should be the year of Jid, so come on. Let's go. We have freaking Guerilla Toss over here, who are going to be dropping their record, their next record on Sub Pop Records, which is going to be pretty exciting. This new one over here, Cannibal Capital, is very groovy, sees them undergoing another really exciting sound change. And it's some very funky, weirdo fucking pop music that I'm excited to hear the band dive into. All right, we have Robert Glasper, Black Superhero, with great vocals from BJ the Chicago Kid on the track. Awesome verse from Killer Mike. Big Crit is on the song too. And it's jazzy, it's soulful, it's thought-provoking, it's inspiring. It's just a lovely track all around from Robert Glasper. And we have a Butterfly 3001, which is going to be like an upcoming remixes record for King Gizzard's Butterfly record. And a track they've seemed to drop, or have seen fit to drop from it, is this one with DJ Shadow. So DJ Shadow remaking, one of the tracks from the record into his own thing. It's great. The beats are killer. The way he kind of reorients everything, it feels like a brand new track. And it's just a killer piece all around. Black Hot Soup is the title. And we have Father John Misty over here. New album on the way. Funny Girl is the title of our first taste of it. It's string kissed. It's elegant. It's lovely. Vocals still sounding amazing. Songwriting great. Jay Tillman is in his bag. He's doing a great job on this new cut. All right, we have Ed Schrader's music beat over here. Some very tense, freaky post-punk with kind of dissonant and unnerving instrumental. And the song over here that's just dropped is This Thirst. Again, kind of a chilling, unsettling track. All right, we have Earthgang over here coming through with a contemplative little cut. One of their more low key songs, frankly, but still a moving and still an introspective one. All Eyes on Me is the title of it. Give it a try. And Chai over here have come through with another dance pop cut with a great bass line. Hole is the title. The more tracks they do in this direction, I think the better they get at it. So, awesome. Fantastic. Amazing. And that has been the weekly track roundup, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you got some good recommendations out of the video, and I will see you in the next one. Anthony Fantano, Weekly Tracks, forever.